He is France. I am Vlad. This is the Let's Talk Battle Rap podcast, sponsored by letstalkbattlerap.com, the only place to get the latest editorials, articles, artist profiles, stats, and facts on battle rap. We are not going to waste any more of your time. While you're here, hit subscribe. And now, France, let's get straight into the madness, player.
Yes,
Another
man.
weekend.
Another weekend of battle rap. It's never, ever, ever a dull week in this damn game. I wish it was sometimes because like it'd be nice to take some time off and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all
You
the
know what
mothers out
happens
there.
when time gets taken off? You get the
Mm-hmm.
blogger wars, and then you get the nonsense and tomfoolery and buffoonery going on. And we just saw that happen last month, man. Do you really want more of that already?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Never mind. I take it back. You know what I'm
You want
saying?
more of that already?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But you know what I'm saying? Happy belated Mother's Day to all the battle rap mothers out there. You know what I'm saying?
Fact,
Those
though,
that have
man.
mothers, lost children, all that. All those we send our love and empathy to you. And my Stumbles voice. It's my mother. She's beautiful.
Word to mommy.
Word to
Word.
mommy.
Word.
Hey.
No. And Mother's Day should be every day, but salute to those that only celebrate once a year. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah,
the orchids in the background, France. Pretty nice there,
yeah,
buddy.
man, you know what I'm saying? Can't visit my mom and all that. But you know, Dominican mothers have like the Mother's Day like a couple weeks afterwards.
Oh
So
yeah,
they
same
get
thing, man. It's the last Sunday of May. So Haitian Mother's Day, So mom gets like the little
the
phone
double
call
dip.
yesterday, but now the real one comes in 2 weeks,
Yeah, they get the double dip, and they're like, you know what? I earned this double dip.
I brought you to this country, didn't I? Should be happy.
I ain't asked to be here, but you're right.
You sound like DMX, yo. My mother, I hate him. It was God. Didn't make it. Thank God that he made him. Word, man.
Yeah, man. But you know, this weekend we still got some jam-packed action battles. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the league out in Utah. I got to have all the Christians and they'll do a one-rounders out there. You know what I'm saying? My man Saga and the Swords had a nice dope one-rounder. A-Ward, Emerson
Nice.
Kennedy, Loso, and all that. You know, I was surprised I wasn't there, Vlad. To be honest.
You were like one rounders, Utah, dry state.
Mm,
I know better
mm.
places I could be.
But Saga Ward and Loso on the car is like a palooza for me.
Oh, but nah, man, it couldn't be because you would have been all up in the videos, acting extra, jumping off the stage, doing backflips, and the worm on the ground. So we can't have that, man.
Yeah, no. We can't allow that. So I decided to take my ass home and watch this Bags and Body season 2 card instead. You know what I'm saying? Salute to
Oh
Hitman
yeah,
Holla and salute to everything Bags and Bodies got going on. They actually got a chance to reboot their entire like setup. They're on YouTube now, so every episode's dropping on YouTube. And they're doing a lot of good numbers. I don't know if you've seen, they're doing like 20,000, 50,000 views an
oh, that's
episode,
dope, man. That's dope.
you know. And so, although we still don't know the full conclusion of season 1, I mean, we know, but the world doesn't know.
I mean,
Um,
oh,
what are you gonna say?
yeah, it was put out there. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
it's in the world. If
It's
you
in the
really
ethos. If you really want to
like
know, you
if
can
you really
find
want to
out.
know, you can find out. You know what I'm saying? It's just people don't necessarily know. I hear a lot of like, so who won it? And I'm like, you know what? This is a really good kept secret if nobody knows and it's public and everybody that went to the premiere knows. Like, yeah, I gotta give it his props. You know, everybody doesn't know.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. No, but it was a dope. It was a nice event though, man. I was pleasantly surprised by some new talent that I saw, in the Bags and Body season 2. So I liked what I was seeing, man. There's definitely some cats who got things to work on, but yo, Holla ain't stopping, man. He's dedicated. He's doing season 2. He's giving back to battle rap, man, and he's putting more folks on more platforms, giving more opportunities. So we'll get into those battles also, man. What else went down over the weekend, player?
Shit, man. You know, we're gonna start there because it kind of transitions into our entire weekend from there. We obviously got a couple announcements, a couple new cards, you know what I'm saying? But we'll get there. We
We
will
got a
get there.
remix card, man.
We got an update card, unblocked version.
Oh man, they remixed that card, man.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Mm.
So start with bags and bodies. To kick it off because
Starting with the battles first. Could you believe that? You sure that's what the people want to hear about? The battles?
Oh, we're gonna make them work for it. We're gonna make them work
All
for
right,
it.
y'all got to stick around, man. Stick around.
And y'all
Yes.
know this is time stamped. If y'all really want to go hear the shenanigans, if I shenan once, I'm gonna shenan again. And if you want to hear that, you know where to find
Oh,
it.
bars. Yeah, we gonna look at the YouTube analytics and when everyone jumped from minute 5 to
Yeah.
minute 50, and it went back.
Well, I mean, it's not that much to talk about from these battles because, like,
Nah, I hear
it's only
you.
three. It was three battles, right?
Yeah,
Apparently,
three rounders and one,
yeah.
I guess, impromptu one rounder happened.
uh, That
It happened though. It happened, man. It happened.
that was like an onion ring inside your fry basket. It's like, oh shit, okay, cool.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I don't mind an onion ring in my fry basket, man. You
You
know what
feel
I'm
me?
saying?
You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? I
But
ain't mad at that, bro.
I ain't mad at it. Merlo 100 no show Gotti Illuminati, which is weird
Mm.
because he also battled on the Spaces apparently that same day. So
Oh,
maybe we got it wrong, Vlad. Maybe he decided to say, why would I be on TV when I can be in space?
listen, man. More power to you, bro. You got your career in your hands, and that's what you decided to do with it. So good luck.
Yeah. Then we did get we got that Green Ranger battle. I've never seen Green Ranger before versus Gorilla Monsoon. And this was a bit of a controversial battle on the timeline because everybody felt Gorilla Monsoon was up 2-0 clear. And Green Ranger just closed the battle out strong. And this is the emphasis of closing out battle strong.
Nah, fam. This was first of all these names. All right, the Green Ranger and Gorilla Monsoon. All right, for all you old school wrestling heads, Gorilla Monsoon is an old wrestler. He was a wild boy, you know. And the Green Ranger, although I never watched Power Rangers, I do know about Power Rangers, though I never watched it. So first things first, I'm like, these names are wild. And I'm like, all right, I've never seen either dude, but I'm here. I'm a degenerate. I'm watching. Let's see what's up. France, man. I gotta admit, these, and this is where like I, I gotta ask myself, am I looking at these battles wrong? Am I a poor judge in my brain? Like, what am I not processing? Because I thought that Gorilla Monsoon clearly took this battle. Clearly took this battle. He was more creative. Punchlines were better. His setups were better, his pacing, all that stuff. And I thought the first two rounds was just clearly blew Green Ranger out of the water. I thought Green Ranger was cool. He had like good delivery, good vocal presence, all that stuff. But I just felt like the bars were just not adequate, man. You know, they were just mid-grade at best. You know what I'm saying? OBC stuff we heard before. And I get it, man. I get it. You know, Gorilla Monsoon stumbled in the third, kind of messed up and stuff. And, you know, the other dude didn't. But I thought the first two rounds were just a clear difference in talent. But that's not how the judges saw it. What did we miss? Like, what happened? What did they see that we didn't see?
I just think it's the effect of like you're in the building and you just want to call everything 1-1. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody ever it's an uncomfortable conversation to have somebody up 2-0 because in essence at that point whatever happens afterwards really doesn't matter because you already have a winner for your battle. And I guess those guys didn't want to feel so decided by it and when Gorilla really didn't close out his battle strong, they're like, "Yo, one of these rounds is debatable in my opinion." And he closed out stronger. But they were wrong because it wasn't debatable. They were
Son, they
wrong.
were absolutely wrong, man. They put on that shiesty and they just straight, you know, we don't like to use the word robbery that often in these battle rap judged battles. But this one was as close to it as you can get. You know what I'm saying? Like this was
The
clear.
judging panel,
You
the
got it
judging panel
wrong,
were two
man.
battlers. The judging panel was two battlers. So like,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, bro. They totally got it wrong though. This was messed up, B.
yeah,
It's messed
well,
up. And the look on Gorilla Monsoon's face was just kind of like,
I'll tell you
word.
what though, the culture felt the same, and Gorilla Monsoon ended up actually getting the spot over Green Ranger. How did that
Hold on,
happen?
Green Ranger's not going in the house.
No, he's not going in the house.
What?
Hitman probably thought
How?
himself.
How?
Hitman, called an audible.
Breaker 19.
Breaker 19.
Hitman.
Let me tell you something. Chef Trash and True Foe was wilding, and
Hitman, this is Bald Eagle. I have a bird's eye view of this battle, and I want you to know that your judges got this completely wrong. So we're gonna have to
Yeah,
kick Green Ranger out the house and bring in Gorilla
they,
Monsoon. 10-4. Over.
they hit it over to the officiating crew in Secaucus.
They watched that playback and was like, can we drug test these judges ASAP, please?
So Gorilla Monsoon ended up getting the spot. Salute to him. Then we had Just Cuz and Bricks Belvy up next.
Hold on, before we move on, bruh.
Yeah.
Entourages of rappers who have not even made it yet. Y'all gotta calm down, man. Y'all gotta stop wilding. This is getting to be out of control now. Like Hitman even told y'all, I got $1 million, show going on here. Y'all over here messing it up. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Your man's not even on, and y'all over here acting like prime dot mob. You know what I'm saying? Like this was out of control, bro. Out of control, fam. Well, yeah. They were doing a lot on that stage. A lot.
Yeah,
No,
you're not wrong. And the worst part is it actually gets worse as the night progresses.
Oh God! From a battle rapper that's on. Like, this is a mess, yo.
Who was a judge that same night? Tru Foe, we gonna talk about you.
We gonna talk about you a lot today.
Yeah. Let's get to this Bricks Belvy and Just Cuz battle. I gotta talk about Tru Foe and Piranha in a bit.
Oh my gosh, man!
But salute to Just Cuz. My first time actually seeing him live was at the first Midnight Madness event.
Yeah, I remember that name.
I'm surprised a lot of people didn't remember him. Everybody was like, "It's my first time seeing him."
I
like,
remember him.
He's from Midnight Madness, and from what I've seen there to now is that he understands how to battle in judge settings. He didn't get the victory, but he knows how to stay composed. He doesn't allow the crowd to affect him. He stays sharp. Some really good lines, man. That picture's worth 1,000 words, but yours only worth one. Missing. That's from Nitty-esque. You know what I'm saying? That was a bar. And Bricks, Bricks has done a PG, a tryout, a GZ, a Bags and Body tryout. Like I've seen him try out for any and everything. Such a strange career because he's so talented, but yet I always see him in these spots where he's trying out.
Listen, man. Some people are workers. You could plug and place them in different places, and you know what? You're gonna get 3 rounds. You're gonna get some creativity. You're gonna hear some bars you never heard before. You might get some stuff that might get remixed by some rappers later on. You know what I'm saying? So he's a dope MC. He's very creative. He knows how to put it together. But for whatever reason, this is just the way his career has worked out. But props to him. He clearly has a passion for writing, a passion for delivering his bars, and for performing. So I got to give him his props for just doing his thing and not letting how battle rap goes and the politics and the way the career has played out to really dull his shine and take away from what he's been naturally gifted at, man. So I got to give him props for just saying, you know what, I got a talent for this. Yeah, I may not be, headlining the top leagues and this and that, but people still appreciate my talent. And you can tell from the reactions he was getting from the audience also that there's still, people that want to see him rap and people that appreciate his talent. So I got to give props to Bricks Belvy for being around for a decade plus and just not falling to the wayside as so many others have.
Yeah, salute to Bricks. The fact that they both put on such a good back and forth that they both got entrance into the house. So
yeah,
salute to them both.
Now that battle was a tough battle, man. Both dudes were putting on, and when I'm thinking, Just Cuz is winning, then I'm like, oh, I think Bricks is winning. Then I'm like, maybe Just Cuz is winning. I think Bricks is winning. But by the time it was done, I was just like, man, maybe Briggs edged him a little bit, but the battle was like really good. So, I implore you all to go and check that battle out whenever it drops because both dudes were on, as opposed to the first battle where it was just like, oh, how did you guys come to this decision? This battle was one where, if it would have went either way, I would have been like, I could understand it, So judges got it right this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did. And then I'll be honest, Vlad. If I see Piranha on the flyer, if I see Piranha's name on the flyer, I'm clicking the video. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just
if I see Piranha's name in a Spaces video, I'm definitely clicking because Piranha has crashed out several times on the internet. It's recorded. I ain't giving up no new information. It is recorded.
Yes,
He's
yes.
threatened all sorts of harms on individuals and stuff like that with words I shall not repeat over Al Gore's internet. You know what I'm saying? But every
Right.
time I see his name, I'm like, ah, crash out. Here we go.
Here
Entertainment for
we
15 minutes right here. Let's go. But
here
he's
we
such a
go.
dope rapper that I'm like, why is he crashing out on the internet every like 3 weeks, man?
Listen, man, everything about this battle was just pure. Like I'm just like seeing the content in my eyes, like just forming, because like it's a dope battle, but then there's like Tru Foe being his best Serious Jones impersonation, right?
Oh my
Um,
goodness,
and then
man.
you got the timeline, everybody from the DMV like complaining about the gas in the room.
Mm.
And I'm just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, guys? What I'm saying? Like, it's all right.
They should be used to it over there, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I was saying. I was just like, and they're like, no, we show everybody love. And I'm just like,
Everyone from the DMV. Yo, man. Foe was doing a lot. He was doing a lot, man. A whole lot. I get it. It's New Midwest. I get it. They're all under the same organization, shall I say? You know what I mean? So there's extra love there, and they're genuine homies and whatnot. And Foe, knowing what he's been going through in the press and behind the scenes these last couple of days, he needed an outlet. You know what I'm saying? To express himself and get some of that out. You know what I mean? And yeah, he definitely decided I'm gonna be top shotter, backup hype man of the night, kid. He hands down won that award, man. But I do have to say, man, the battle was dope, son. Like the battle
good
was,
battle.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was gonna be way more one sided. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, Piranha's gonna take this. This is gonna be fairly easy. But yo, Funeral Fame showed up, man, with a
He
whole lot of
did.
conviction. You know
He
what I'm
did.
saying? I see like him and Profilini, they have like, a lot of felony type bars. You know what I'm saying? I know Profilini, that's his thing, felony bars. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Funeral Fame is saying that's his thing, but they both come from doing time and stuff like that, and a lot of it is in their bars and stuff. And Funeral Fame has a lot of bars about trapping and all the contrabands he done handled over the time. And France, I'll tell you this, man, the brother does not sound like he's lying with all the details that he puts in. It's like somebody's either been right there in the room or they were hands on, one or the other. You know what I mean? And it's not just to say that if you've been through it or if you were there that that's enough for you, but he also dressed it up with mad clever lines, man. And he was on point, yo. He was on point, and Piranha was on point, man. I mean, he's been on point for a long time, but like I said, those crash outs and stuff like that, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes with Piranha in that league in particular, and those two individuals that he's always talking about crashing out over, because he mentioned it in the battle, man. Like he'll never get along with P and Beasley. The words may have been said that it's too far to come back from. You know what I'm saying? I only heard the words from you though, Piranha. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be honest about that. But long story short, though, man, this guy's got a whole lot of talent, a whole lot of presence, a whole lot of conviction. But I don't know, man. Sometimes you got to look at the player or the MC and just be like, is it you or is it everyone else? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, the battle was hella close. I might edge it to Piranha slightly, but I will say this is a battle that if you love that street content, you can go back and watch this one a few times and enjoy it.
I want to give Funeral Fame some love here.
Now let's
But
go.
you can't swim in here. It's different tears. It's rules to this. Like heat the water, see it boil you, then the oil move your wrist. Let it dry. The only time we worried about how cool it get. Once it locked, you chop the rocks, you break it down and do it.
He was floating, man. He
The
was
cadence
floating.
right there was fire, man. The cadence
He
right
was
there was
floating.
hella fire.
I got a lot to say, a lot to unpack, man. I don't even know where to start, and I want to
Let's
also
go,
respond to.
man. This is what we here for, player.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack from this battle. All right, let's start with Piranha first, and then I'm gonna go to your comments about Piranha as well and Funeral Fame, because I've been watching Funeral Fame in person for about 5 years now. So with Piranha, you know me, man. I'm a huge Piranha fan. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I've got a chance to watch him work. You know what I'm saying? When he was doing those Survivor Series cards in the beginning of like, or I should say at the beginning, but like COVID time when he battled like Drake
Mm-hmm.
Dennis and all that, I was like, yo, this guy could really have a spot on URL. I used to talk to like P from URL and JB and everybody like, yo, what about Piranha on the league? And they're all just like, we don't know. Like he's a little bit of a hothead. Like it's we couldn't work things out, and I just kept emphasizing like, yo, I really feel like this is a special talent. He's on UM4, his first time on caffeine. The whole world's like, yo, this guy's good. Then
Yeah.
obviously has a situation where he has to back out of the tournament, and we have to watch Real Name Brandon for the rest of the year. Um, and that sliding door moment changes everything in Piranha's career because we don't know what could have been. After that, you see him a few times on small leagues, pretty scattered out. Like he battles like on Bless the Mic, or
Hey,
he
yo.
battled on Bill Collector's League, the One Shot Kill League. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
He even
yep.
battled in the spaces, and he has some crazy battles in the spaces where I'm just like, bruh, you could have saved some of this material. So like he has always been really talented. Like my favorite thing about his skill set is how authentic it sounds, but yet how well structured it is. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he knows how to battle rap, but he's not trying to be a battle rapper. He's just being him completely himself. But he can punch very well, and he's learned how to angle over the last year. Like when he battled KD, it was a 1-round battle, but he's angling KD's life away. I'm like, when did Piranha add this to his skill set? So now when you have this combination of like a strong delivery, I can punch, I'm authentic, I know how to structure my material, and I can angle. Oh yeah, like he's really good, man. And I want to see him find a home. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him find a home. It won't be URL. That much we know.
Hell no.
So we can ship that. We can sell that ship.
Well, no time
But
soon anyway.
I wouldn't count on it. But this is where I would implore, Mr. RBE,
Oh man.
Mr. ARP. I don't know. I don't. I know you probably like, this is very volatile situation, but you like volatile situations. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? You have not shied away from dealing with controversial battlers or battlers that have been in tight spots or people that have casted upon reputations that you've given them opportunities and they've come to your platform and put on there. And I really feel like this is a guy that's like, yo, all he needs is 1 year of like a major push, just 1 year. It's 1 year of stability, and he could be like a top 20 battler. I really feel that way.
Yo, the man's got all the talent and everything that it takes. You know what I'm saying? He just needs a shot and an opportunity. That's all. That's why. But then again, that's why I also say, like, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? Like Seinfeld would say. Because clearly, I'm pretty sure, ARP sees the talent. But is he just like, you know what? He was in that system over there. He's got the beef going on with those guys. Like, if I bring him along, does that make me look like I'm being messy? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it make it look like I'm just trying to do this to bring him along because he was on that side of things? Or is he just like, I ain't messing with nobody who was once affiliated or had some kind of allegiance going on over there, or perceived allegiance, shall I say? You know what I
Well,
mean?
King of the Dot was interested in his services. They booked him against Bankhead, but already at that point, King of the Dot slowly starting to phase out and
Yeah,
they're not as
yeah.
consistent. So, like, there's somebody that was like, no, Piranha's dope. We will rock with Piranha, but they just didn't have any events like that to
Yeah.
really sustain rising talent. And I look at Piranha and, yo, I'm gonna just say it respectfully, he's better than a lot of the bricks.
Listen, man. Yes, he is. He is. But like I said, man, I don't know what the holdup is. That's the only thing I could think of is the ARP's just like, I don't want to deal with this guy right now. Like, there's a lot going on already. Maybe when things cool off, there might be a spot here, or maybe he's just trying to develop what he already has instead of just bringing someone on and kicking 2 or 3 guys off. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know what the holdup is. Somebody got to snatch this dude up, man, because
I
he's
might,
got
I
the
might,
talent.
I might make a list of like 5 or 6 marquee free agents, like real
That are
like
just
free
floating
agent
around out
talents. They're
there.
just floating around right now, like
Yeah.
Fade, like Piranha, like Villa from OSBL. Like there's a handful of names that just floating with no real home right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why they can't be scooped at Rare Breed Entertainment. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I might make a list of that. I might make a listicle.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. But
All right,
dope
Funeral
battle, man. What
Fame.
you? Yeah, go ahead.
I want to talk about Funeral Fame before we pivot out of here for the next topic. He's somebody I've been watching live since 2018. I went to that draft night card that Charlie Clips had with DNA. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Long
Mm-hmm.
time ago, they were trying to do a little tournament of one rounders. Fame was in that tournament, and if I recall, I think he made it like really far into the tournament, but he didn't win it. And so from when I saw him there, I'm like, oh, this guy's dope, And I've seen him a few more times at OSBL and other cards. Probably seen him on the URL card once or twice. He hasn't been booked a lot on URL, but he has been booked on URL. And I'm here to say that in the last 5 years, I don't feel like I've seen much development to who he was back then to who he is now. He writes sharper. He may
Mm-hmm.
punch a bit harder. You know what I'm saying? He's a good rapper, but I feel like there is a ceiling to his talent that if you want to break through to that next level, the main stage level, the I would want to call the professional level, the highest level of battle rap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even mean to be a top tier or any of the big stages, but just to like consistently be on like an outside card. There's going to be a little bit of like, in my opinion, some things in the toolbox that has to kind of just advance. You can kind of be who you are, but it doesn't mean you can't advance your skill set. And when I see he's not like direct, and I hear John's critique of him during the judgment of the battle, he's like he wasn't as direct, and he didn't have as much substance. And we did a Twitter space right after the battle. A lot of the people from the DMV are like, "This is who he is. This is how he raps." And I'm like, "Do you guys feel he needs to become more direct?" And they're like, "No, this is who he is." And I'm like, "Well, that's fine, but if this is who he's going to be, he's always going to run into this problem."
Listen, man, there's a lot of battle rappers out there that ain't that direct. If we're just talking about in a vacuum, what we saw in that battle from Saturday night, he was really good Saturday
He
night.
was,
You
he
know what I'm saying?
was.
Like he was really, really, really good. There's a lot of people that are probably like in the same pack, same level, trying to fight out like he is and stuff like that. But from what I saw on Saturday, he was dope, man. And that kind of content, I wouldn't mind that kind of content in the house, man. You know what I mean? Like I thought he was dope. I thought he stepped up. I thought he took full advantage of the opportunity that was given to him on Saturday. And most importantly, he didn't drop the ball. So whoever was
Yeah,
watching and will be watching, at least like now their eyes are
yeah.
open a little bit more.
Closed out his second round a bit like time. You know what I'm saying?
It happens. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It happens.
listen. I just want to make sure we talk about it because
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
the people from the region weren't talking about it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Now you
saying?
gotta be you gotta be clean, man. You gotta be
You got to
clean
be
for sure.
clean. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to be honest. And you know what? In a pseudo world, that battle is kind of debatable, but because of Tru Foe Serious Jones and everybody on the timeline complaining about gas, I feel like now the nuance of how competitive the battle is thrown out the window. You know what I'm saying? And it happens sometimes. People around you can kind of ruin what's happening there. And I would love to tell the people there that's like, yo, listen, if it's a judge battle and your panel is at least battle rappers or credible judges, like exclude all the back. It's going to be hard, but try to exclude everything in the background and believe that the judges will be able to just pay attention to the content. Because if you're
Right.
listening, you know, Piranha had a high peak in the first round. Funeral Fame had a really good first round. In fact, almost made it debatable. And I feel like the entire battle descended after the first. Like nobody necessarily showed a super clear separation. I just feel like Piranha out battled him. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And more of the battle as it continued, it was more about Fame not showing as much versatility as it was Piranha overpowering him. So like I would have expected Piranha to beat him clearly or by a larger margin, but he didn't. So that battle is competitive. It's close. In fact, if you say Fame won, I'm probably not even gonna argue you. Believe it or not, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna. I'm like, no,
Mhm.
you might be right. But everything around it kind of soiled it.
Yeah, man. But True Foe's wilding, son.
Hey, Tru Foe, let me
Wilding.
tell you something. This
Wilding.
DMV and Midwest rivalry, we're hip to it. It's been going on for years, probably since like 2019. It's been a thing. He's gone to the DMV a few times and battled on OSBLs, battle Cube, and obviously had the rematch with Sheed in UM5 after he beat him in
Mhm.
UM4. The shit is deep, and I want to give a big shout outs to this brand new league that I think is on the scene. It's called TOS Battle League,
Oh
taking
yeah, from
over
Chicago.
shit.
Yeah.
Yep, taking over shit battle league TOS, and they put on the True Foe and Bad News battle that we You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that battle. We got to put that out there on Twitter, and
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It blew up in views when we talked about it. I loved it. And it was a good joint.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the audio was a little cleaner, but it was a good joint. And they got another card, Vlad. And let me tell you
Let's
something.
talk about it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me, man.
This card is kind of heavy.
All right, let's go through it.
For its second, for this league's second event, they got Gage versus Head Ice headlining the card.
Battle
right?
of old heads. Yeah.
It's gonna be some slick talking there. And this Piranha and Ace Amin battle just got way more interesting. I mean, it already
DMV thing. Yeah.
It already was interesting for me because I know the skill set of both these individuals. But
will Tru Foe be there playing hype man again? That's what I want to know.
Hey, you ain't gotta worry about him being hype man because he's on the card battling Jakkboy.
Oh, let's go.
So now you got Piranha and Tru Foe battling Jack and Ace, bro. This is like Christmas to me right now.
This is ridiculous right here, man. This is ridiculous.
This might have me a little bit more excited than some cards in June, but I will leave it alone.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, player.
All right. We also got Heavy Hat versus Cuban Hood. So DMV is rolling. DMV is rolling deep. DMV to Chicago.
Let's go. They all go get all up in one van, man, and head out there, yo.
Yeah. Merlot 100 is battling Dot on this card. Merlot just no-show bags and bodies. So if you were willing to no-show a battle that may be on TV, I remains to be seen. We'll see.
Then again, we don't know what happened. Hopefully the brother's all right. Did he pop back up on socials?
I haven't heard from him.
We'll find out. Hopefully everything's all right.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. They were saying in the spaces that this wasn't his first time no-showing. So I hope this isn't a habit because he's a dude that got like a Jazz the Rapper cosign. Like that's not easy to come across. Getting that means like, oh no, he must be, he must be talented. And so put that talent to use, good sir. And these two individuals, I'm not familiar with them. Shiesty Foe and Boss Moves. I guess they will be the opener for this card. Okay. But the card is called Rotten to the Core. And I want to say June 23rd. Hey, TOS Battle League. Holla at your boys. We want to do something for this. All right. We want to help. We want to help market this card. You got some hitters on this card that, you know what I'm saying, Twitter could really, really enjoy some clips of. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? A couple articles here and there. You know what I mean?
A couple
full
quotes,
battle recaps. You know,
some news, like
flyers. You know what I'm saying?
Respect. I don't normally do the whole. I don't do the bragging about the numbers thing, but you see what the numbers is looking like on social
go on
media.
Twitter. You see who's moving things on Twitter and Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you gualas. The DM is open. Let's work something out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we will connect. I did message them, talk a little bit about the card. I seen the flyer says live on June 23rd, so it's not live.
You mean live in person or live on pay-per-view?
Live in person. There's no stream.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I want to be like, let's have a conversation.
Maybe they can crack that black phone for us. You know what I'm
saying? TOS, listen, we are very excited to potentially work with you. I'll be reaching out, you know what I'm saying? But Vlad, let's talk about the two battles that I feel like are really going to heighten the DMV Midwest rivalry. Piranha and Ace, Tru Foe and Jack. What are your thoughts?
Piranha and Ace gonna be a dog fight, man. That one right there is fitting to be a damn dog fight. And the Piranha, like I said, man, I have not seen Piranha slacking not one time since he's been back. You know what I'm saying? From the Bing. He's been serious about it. He's been on it. And I think battling someone like Ace Amin is someone who the people revere, someone the people got respect for, and who got a lot of clout out here. So, you know what I'm saying? This is definitely an opportunity to get a marquee name, a name that's in rotation, so I don't see Piranha taking a night off. You know what I mean? And you know what I always say about Ace Amin? Stellar, spectacular lyrics, always on point when it comes to the content and all that. So, and he's been cleaning things up as far as delivery. Not all the way there yet, you know what I mean? It's still sometimes still tripping over words here and there, but other than that, like he's
much more minor than before.
Though. Yeah, definitely. Before he might stop a whole round, you know what I'm saying? Now he'll just get over the word and keep going and stuff. And the content is so good that you're just like, all right, and it's like it happens so often that I'm not gonna say that's part of his style because he's not gonna say that. It just so happens that it happens, you know what I'm saying, due to it happens, you know what I mean? But the dude is uber talented, man. So this battle is gonna be and the last battle, man, that was a hood ass environment, man. So I think both dudes are gonna strive, man. It's gonna be one hood ass battle, and I'm here for it, man. I'm definitely here. I can't call who's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Just yet, I need to see, where the temperature is. I need to see a couple of face-offs, a couple of back and forths, and all that, and then gauge it a little bit better, closer to the battle. But I'm definitely hyped for this battle, and what a better time for Piranha to put on a good performance, on Saturday, because now makes me look even more forward to this upcoming battle.
Yeah, yeah, and I said that yesterday. Like this battle just got a lot more interesting, and people like, well, if you guys have been following Piranha, you always promote Piranha. Yes, we know these guys are very talented, and it's a great style matchup. But now there is a little extra spice to the dialogue after what just occurred this weekend, and seeing a little bit of the theme of this card with obviously Cuban being on the card, Jakkboy and Tru Foe. We're gonna get to that in a second. I love everything about this battle. I will say though, this is Piranha's like real first like test
Yeah.
since UM4 for real. Because
Yeah.
like I mean, respect to Casino isn't on Ace's level, and since Casino, everybody Piranha's pretty much battled. These have been 1 round battles. There's people that aren't necessarily at that mid tier professional level. So Ace is probably going to be his hardest battle since being on
Yo,
caffeine.
listen, Piranha, man. Ace got clout. All right. He's got clout, man. I ain't
Yeah.
saying you chasing the clout, but the clout is right there for you to capture like a Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? So the clout is right there. It's right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Don't whoosh. Get the clout, B. He's got clout. Go get it, man.
Yeah, that's the battle that I think everybody's gonna want to find out what
That's the
happened
battle
that
of the
night.
night. You know what I'm saying? I think I get it. I know Gage and Head Ice is the, headliner, but that's the battle I got my eyes on. You know what I'm saying? I will be
And,
sitting
and, and,
down
and let me just say,
watching that black phone when that battle goes down.
and I'm just gonna say it. This is the battle that all the media's gonna have their eyes on. Tru Foe and Jakkboy too. Let's not undermine that.
Yes,
But
yeah. Oh,
Piranha and
especially with what's
Ace,
going on with Tru Foe right now. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
but
word on the streets, they call him True Fold. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Woo! Yo, this battle just got. Oh man, this battle just got even spicier now. You know what I'm saying?
it did.
Oh my gosh, man.
What do you think of Jakkboy and Tru Foe?
I'm here for it, man. What better timing? Sometimes you just can't control when the universe is going to give you that timing to make everything that much better. You know what I'm saying? It just gave Jakkboy a bunch of free content and substance, you know what I'm saying, to create with. And Tru Foe. Yeah. Yeah. Now you gotta put it out there, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of sort of defend, your merits on why you did or didn't do what you did or didn't do, and the people are gonna be watching. Every single media person who may not have been tuned in with this league or this battle, you just brought more clout to this league by doing what you did or didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So and you gotta be clean, bruh. You gotta be clean this battle. It's at home. You gotta bring it home. And this is gonna be a very spicy. I'm here
I'll
for
go.
this one, man.
I'll go as far as to say this is like one of his like grudge matches. For real. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know him and Ace is probably going back and forth vocally more than him and Jack, but him and Jack was booked once upon a
Right.
time ago, at that Royalty Day 2 card, I believe, right before COVID hit back in January of
Yeah.
2020. So like they've been in talks. They've also tried to rebook the battle a few times on URL. Never went down. Never happened. And now that it's here, with the theme of like everybody kind of being all unified between Merlot and Foe and Piranha and Ace and Jack and Cuban, like you got one. You don't often get these theme cards anymore. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a whole team and a whole another team, or one region and another region like coming together to clash. You know what I'm saying? So like this,
They made it
I'm
happen. They
I'm
made it
here.
happen, man.
I'm here for all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, oh boy, man.
Jack, we haven't seen Jackboy's battle against Authentic yet. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
y'all haven't seen it.
Well,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
ain't see it. You know what
Yeah, I ain't
I'm
see it.
saying?
But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, when it drops, woo, it's a goodie. It's a
Mm,
goodie. So if Jackboy is able to carry that momentum and be that version of himself, or his at least his second round version of himself against Authentic, against Tru Foe, which very much possible. He's got a lot to work with. And let me say this: I know Jackboy in as a whole doesn't like the idea of personals and angles, but bruh, you're pretty good at them. So don't shy away at this moment to use them. You don't have to be a whole loaded Lux casket box, take it down. You don't gotta do all that. But when you decide to get real direct and surgical and start talking to people, like you go back to that third round against Oops, man, he's really, really good at it. And I just feel like with Tru Foe right now is a lot to talk about.
right. And the thing is, he doesn't have to get personal in the sense of, oh, I'm trying to dig up this or dig up that.
Yeah,
But you can
yeah.
get personal in the sense where you're now talking about the guy's character. You know what I'm saying? And character assassination, is
Mm.
one of the biggest attributes you can have in battle rap, being able to assassinate someone's character, and everything's out there on the table for you, man. So you'd be a fool not to sprinkle some of that in throughout your material, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this card is about a little over a month away. We will keep you guys posted as further developments go along. And once again, TOS, holla at your boys. Well, I'm gonna holla at you, but work with your
Right.
boys. You know what I'm saying? We
Come
might
on,
got
man.
something real lucrative. You know what I'm saying?
Word,
And,
man.
and
True folk,
speaking
can
of
I borrow a couple of dollars?
and speaking of lucrative,
Whew.
Tru Foe, Tru Foe. This is the Let's Talk Tru Foe podcast, all right? Because you won the Heisman with your antics. You got a battle, and you unbooked the battle. You did a lot. You did a lot the past week, and I don't know if it's all good or bad, but you did a lot.
A whole lot, And I mean, all right, man, let's backtrack, right? Let's set this
Yeah.
up, friends. So, Easy the block captain set up
Yes.
his card, The Trenches, right?
Yes.
It was announced a few days ago. And, friends, we weren't on air when it was announced. And sometimes it's a good thing when we get to sit back and wait a few days, because we usually record Sunday night, Monday mornings, and it just, we weren't recording at the time. And I was like, I did you up like, you see the names on this card? Like, how does Easy expect this card to go down? Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be a pessimist, but I had to be a realist. And I told myself, there's no way this card is happening, And I'm glad that we weren't recording because, we probably would have looked like some haters or something like that, or like we're defending the empire or something of that nature, but bruh,
Well,
I was like this.
it was just you had like 4 or 5 guys that was just on your outside. You had more outside guys than Philly guys on the card.
Right. And I'm just like, common sense is saying, how? Like, what do you do? Now, we go further back. I want to shout out the source. I did see Easy the Block Captain on Too Real for Battle Rap, with Harlem Legend and Qua. So salute to them. You know what I mean? Brothers are working hard. And I'm looking at Easy, and then it was like, oh, the card was made back up in December. You know what I'm saying? That was also according to Prep and stuff. And so Prep on Angry Fan, and Prep was like, yo, the card was made up in December. Easy in said league didn't have the friction at that time. So everyone's like, yeah, of course we'll do this. Like, why wouldn't we do this card? Like, everything's hunky-dory. You're the biggest star here. So yeah, you're a stand-up dude. We're stand-up dudes. We'll do the battle. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we saw the Christmas Day announcement of Easy battle on Chrome 23. Us and URL saw the announcement at the same time. And we all know what happened after that. There's been, cease and desist. Lawyers have been called. Someone finagled themselves out of a contract, according to them and their lawyers and stuff like that. And he's moving how he wants to move out there. But the battlers who he contracted back in December are now stuck between a rock and a hard place. Pause, because now that things went sour, it's no longer of this, oh, this my brother, he's throwing a card, his inaugural card, of course we're going to support. And I'm just thinking to myself, as easy, sure, you booked it in December or whatever, but you see the graffiti, you see the writings on the wall. Like, how could you not say to yourself, before I announce this card to the public, let me swap these battlers out? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna happen the way I have this card booked. Like, it's not gonna happen. There's no way that these guys who just battled on this outside card a few weeks ago are gonna be able to do my card. But I think Easy wanted to see what's gonna happen. What move will the URL pull? Even though he said, I'm not a dummy. These guys who I booked, they're not under contract. I would not do that. I'm from the streets. I'm going to cross my T's, dot my I's. You know, can they be leaned on? Sure, but these are stand up dudes. I've known Holmesy since 2013. I know everyone. Everyone's standing up. Nobody's sitting down. France. Them dudes ain't on the card no more, bro. They are not on this card anymore, bro.
I have a lot of thoughts.
What do you think? What are your thoughts? I need to know, man, because we ain't speak about this.
Yeah, we saw it all transpire day by day before recording again. And I got to be honest, like, all right, I don't know everybody's scenario. I talked to a few guys individually, you know what I'm saying, that were on the card and no longer on the card anymore. And I can confirm a few of these guys don't have a URL contract. Very openly, only person I will openly attest to, because he said it publicly, Tru Foe. He doesn't have a URL contract. Some of the other guys don't, you know what I'm saying? And I won't say their names, but Tru Foe doesn't have a URL contract, so he looks at it as like he obviously wants that stability. You know what I'm saying? And so he is in a very tight spot where, yes, he can technically do what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, is it worth potentially fracturing a relationship for something that may not be stable? This is Easy's first event. You don't know if it's going to be multiple. You know what I'm saying? And while you're still chasing that URL contract, something to settle you
Hold on.
down
Is he
with.
chasing a contract?
Listen, he wants the stability. He wants that. He wants that stability, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Because they feeding him. He's been on a lot of cards without a contract.
But he's not on one. So if
he's like, I need another one.
Listen,
and another one, and another one.
They can feed you all you want. They can feed you all you want, but if there's no commitment there, and when you're not being fed anymore, you can't say nothing about it. As opposed to having that commitment, so then it's like, all right, now I have to continuously still be there. Prep situation is a little interesting because Prep, under the radar, he's signed to Battle Academy right now for a 3-battle deal, and I guess he worked that out. He said he worked that out with P and Stiz, and they all got on the phone together. They didn't want to be sneaky about it, and I guess they let it rock. So I guess Prep was like, I'm good. I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I guess he wants to continuously build his like Philadelphia market and his audience there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a little strange. So I'm gonna guess it was. It's just like he's like, I'm the face of Battle Academy. I'm like, when did this happen? Like, you know what I'm saying?
A non-Philly dude. Like, that's crazy. But then again, Easy's the face of Chrome 23, and he's not a woman, so it's like we've seen stranger things happen.
You're right. But so I was just kind of like, all right. Obviously, when everybody saw the card, their first thought was, is URL going to get involved with this card? Are they going to prevent these battles from happening? And I want to just be honest with you, Vlad. I feel like you go back to Easy's announcement against, like, his first announcement of the battle against Reed Dollars. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me tell you the exact views. In 12 days, that video had 9,000 views. In less than 12 hours, his new reboot has 11,000 views. So it's like, damn, bro. Like, I feel like in efforts of trying to prevent from Easy having these battles, obviously these are battlers that are affiliated with URL. You see them on URL, and now they kind of like crossing the street with somebody that has a sour relationship right now with URL. You'll say to yourself, like, why would you book these guys? You know this would happen. But at the same time, I almost kind of look at URL and just like, could this have not? I get it. This is all in warfare business, but could this have not been a moment where you say to yourself, let me just keep watering my garden? Everybody's going to expect us to do this. And if we don't do it, then this card doesn't get the proper, I don't know. There's a lot of marketing that now just like has brought into
free
the card.
Marketing now.
Yeah, it's got so much more extra attention because of what just happened. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to wondering if like that didn't happen, would it still have that same attention? I don't know.
Can I ask you a question?
People were not. Let's keep it a buck. When they first announced Reed and Easy, we heard the Twitter space. People were like, "What? Why is he battling Reed? This is a clear win for Reed." Like they weren't that excited about it. They thought like it was like a easy battle for Easy. I'm like, no, at least he's battling a Philly legend in Philly. Like this is a Philly card, and there wasn't that many Philly people on the card. So I was just like, I had a lot of mixed thoughts about everything that happened. But ultimately, I'm just like, I just wonder if we could have just seen URL say to themselves, yo, the same hand that I'm gonna use to block the shot in this garden, I'm gonna use this hand to water my own and keep it pushing. Because it just added so much extra fuel to the fire that it's like I feel like it's almost counterproductive now.
France, that sounds all good. And in a utopic world, that would be amazing. If they could just flower their garden. But you got to look at the past transactions. You got to see what's happened in the past. And you had to have seen the graffiti. You knew that this was going to happen.
No, of course.
And I got to ask you, do you think, right? This is all speculation. We're putting on the tinfoil caps on now. Do you think, I mean, Easy had to know this too. Do you think perhaps he had because he did say he had a backup battle ready for Danny already. You know what I mean? Like before things started going super crazy. You think he's like, you know what? I'm going to put this card out, let them wild out. But in secrecy, I have all the backups and everything in place. So now I have even more of a push. Do you think he was ready for all that? Or do you think he was genuinely caught by surprise? He couldn't have been caught by surprise. He couldn't have been.
No, he was upset. He was upset because he really thought everybody that wasn't under contract was going to be able to move the way that they wanted to move. And
he's crazy. He's crazy.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and say this: everybody ain't you, Mr. Block Captain. All right, everybody can't move the way you move. You know what I'm saying? And I think you learned that through the situation. But he did obviously have a contingency plan available. He was able to work something out, and the marketing for it is just incredible. He named the card "The Trenches Unblocked." He used all of the bloggers and media's content for it in the middle of it, and now he stacked the deck back with people from PA, you know what I'm saying? You got Real Deal on the card, Dub the Phenom on the card, Ines on the card. So now it's kind of like, well, this is what the card probably should have been to begin with, to be honest. It should have been a real Philly thing going on. But I got to be honest, though, it's just me personally. I don't think this new card is better than the first card, but it's definitely, you got to give it kudos for being able to book these battles in 3 weeks. Everybody's stepping up. And if everybody performs well, then, we're going to fit.
He had no choice, bro. Yeah. It's either, and granted, everyone can say, and we can say, oh, it should have been more Philly dominant. It should have been, but Easy's in the business of trying to get that chicken also, and trying to move these pay-per-views and move them tickets. And, the names that he had previous would probably do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? As far as definitely, brand recognition goes, name recognition, just maybe bringing people out who are not necessarily from Philly. Like if you were 4 hours away, 5 hours away, you might say Swamp's here, Danny's here, Foe's here. Okay, I might make that drive. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got more of just the local Philly guys. And don't get me wrong though, Danny versus Rosenberg, that battle within itself is a better battle, But I do think the first card was a better card for sure. You know what I mean? But it's like, dude, you knew this was going to happen. Like, Easy. You're not a dumb guy. You know what I'm saying? You had to know this was going to happen. But now it's like, it's like you have everyone, oh, he should pull from RBE's list of battlers. He's been to all of the RBE events. You know what I'm saying? The last ones that he's thrown, we've seen him there all the time. You should pull from the Philly guys. You should pull from non-Euro. So it's like, now it brings you back to the point why you see URL wants to secure all of his talents. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, hey, we're in an open disagreement with you, but yet you still could not, you know what I'm saying? Like draw from our stable of guys that we utilize frequently. I'll put it that way. You know what I'm saying? No one owns anyone or anything. Everyone's grown men People can choose to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not under contract. You know what I mean? But you see what's going on. You know we use these guys, and you know what our tactics are. We're not gonna block your card, but we are going to entice people to want to battle here exclusively. And at that point, it is up to them to decide what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So, are we looking at the league as being in the wrong, or are they just doing league business? Or are we looking
No,
at the battlers and saying, hey, battlers, you guys gave your word, you signed a document. But then again, I didn't see the contract, so I don't know. Is there wiggle room for them to get out the contract, France? You know what I'm saying? Is there wiggle room?
Yeah, right.
You
I mean,
know what I mean?
there's a lot of point of views from it because you look at it like some people are like, well, if you commit to a battle, stand up and commit to a battle. I seen like Aor talk about it, like I've always like I commit to anything that I say yes to, and I finish the job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I hear that aspect. I'm sure there's been times where Aor's had a one rounder and he had another battle that's been offered that paid more, and he's like, well, no, I already gave my word to this league that I'm going to be there, so I'm going to stick to my word, and that's cool. That's fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? But then there's also the idea of like there's more money out there, and every battle rapper situation isn't the same. You know what I'm saying? So some people are really looking for that extra couple of thousands of dollars that can go a very long way for them. And you're gonna take the more word of the week, lucrative offer. You know what I'm saying? I just personally feel like, URL stepping in ultimately finds a way to like help. This helps Easy in a way more than it hurts Easy. I think, you know what I'm saying? They don't even realize that they don't even realize that they're secretly still pushing him now.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right. You're right.
That's where yeah, this is just league business. What you're doing is regular. Leagues do this all the time. Hey, I know you booked here, but I'm offering you this here. It's up to you to take it. It's up to you to take it. But you made the offer knowing how the public relations of this would be. Everybody had the anticipation that you would do it, and you did do it. And I can't help but wonder if it's like if you go the opposite direction where you absolutely don't even tamper or with the card at all, do people say to themselves, holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. And then you throw everybody off by not doing it. And then you can go ahead and focus on Gnome Impact and everything else that's going on because, just off of events, 2019 prior to the app, like this is like the least amount of events and live events they've done in the calendar year thus far. So like going into it, it's like, damn, bro, like I feel a bit distant right now from URL events and URL live events. You know what I mean? So like I'd rather like just put the focus on you, put the focus on your talents. Because there's always like this extra energy when it comes to warfare, art of war, pettiness. That there's energy for that. You know what I'm saying? But I want the energy to be back to the league and the talents and the battles. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm living in a perfect world, Vlad.
Yeah. You're living in utopia in your mind, man. You're in a battle rap utopia.
I hear that. I just feel like at the end of the day, it's counterproductive.
France, man.
It helps Easy. It helps Easy. It helps them.
It doesn't hurt them. I put it to you that way. If they thought it was going to hurt them, it did not hurt them one bit because tickets were already being sold, and I'm pretty sure like whoever was going there for those specific battlers, now they're going, oh man, that league is effing up his groove. Like I'm gonna still support and still show up. I don't want a refund. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show up now and cheer louder. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he's still one of the people's, champions. Like he's still that guy. You know what I'm saying? Until he relinquishes and starts having bad battles or anything like that, he's gonna be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So thinking that you were gonna hurt him, you ain't hurt him, man.
You can just see it in the numbers of the announcements of the battles, the traffic it's garnered, the more attention it's brought online. Everything since that moment has tremendously increased the output of this event digitally. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you literally lit a match and threw it at Easy, and now it's on fire.
Yo, did you expect it to happen that fast? It was 24 hours.
That fast, I don't know.
That was, they ain't wasting no time, yo.
No, not at all. None. And I don't know, dog.
That's like somebody telling Tru Foe, yo, man. He's like, yo, the block hustler's giving you 10 joints for 20 racks.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I'll give you 10 joints for 15. And I'm gonna set you up with a couple of, you know what I'm saying, a couple of blocks for you to run. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm gonna give you a work van for you to get around and stuff like that. And I'm gonna give you a couple of workers while we're here. So what do you want to do? Yeah, I look around and go, hey, listen, business is business. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works in the streets. Somebody come along with a better opportunity for you. You're gonna tell your man, yo, I really enjoy doing business with you. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. This is just business. But in the streets, you know, there's no written contracts, but that handshake goes a long way. So someone might let you go, you know, go along your merry way and take that other
I'm ready.
option.
I'm ready to
But
put
you
an end.
know,
I'm ready to put an
it'll
end to
come
this
back and
whole.
bite you.
I'm ready to put an end to this whole just business is not personal because business is personal at times.
Mm.
Like you know what I'm saying. And everybody says that it's just transactional, strictly business, all that. That's cap. That's cap. Because everybody's entrenched into their business. Everybody is emotionally invested into you know, what their business involves and intakes and how it operates. So when things don't go your way, in or out of your control, there's no other way to feel but, you know, upset about it. Obviously, you're going to keep working through it. You're not going to just sit there and pout or be emotional and angry, but you're not going to act like you don't feel those emotions. Easy wasn't happy
Absolutely.
about this, but he persevered. And you got to salute him for
Absolutely.
it.
And it's like the craziest thing is it happens so fast, but he had to know, man. In my brain, and I could be completely wrong. I probably am completely wrong, right? But in my brain, he had to have this backup card ready and just like, yeah, I know this ain't gonna go through, but I'm gonna take all the promo, I'm gonna take all the free press, and then I'm gonna spin it around and do a press run and flip. It's like the Troy Ave thing, you know what I'm saying? May no, chain no, try to like pull the chain out and discredit him and tear his character down. And Troy Ave has been on a Goku run for the last month where he's just been going ham and taking over the internet and swaying people back over to his side from the content and relentless pursuit of tearing down his opposition. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, you try to tear down the card, but now the people are going to back him even more. Philadelphia is going to be a zoo. You know what I'm saying? And he's just going to continue to be easy and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But let's bring it back to the battlers though. Were they wrong for backing out of the card, friends, after they signed the documents?
Well, as long as they return the bread.
Is it always that simple? As long as, because what other businesses can you just do it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, we can go back, you know, a couple years back when, you know, Mr. Captain Marketable had a
man,
when Mr. Captain Marketable had a nice little 2-battle deal over there. I think going on with the Murder Mook battle, and he had Iron Solomon turned the money for Iron Solomon, didn't want to do it, and now I was getting ready for Lux 4 months down the line, and this is like. Huh?
I like it. We signed the deal, B. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Right. And so I didn't, you know, we didn't call him not honorable back then. We didn't say all that stuff. You know,
some people did. Some people did, especially ARP
yeah.
and others for sure.
Well, they're friends again now. You know,
it just takes a little time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I saw that. So it takes a little bit of time, but I don't know. Do you feel like the battles were wrong? Like, I'm kind of just like a little bit in the limbo of this, honestly.
I think now, all right, back in that time, man, it felt like battle rap as a business. You know, sometimes when these new things start to form and stuff like that, sometimes it's still homeboy business, kind of like, you know, where people feel like, hey man, you know, no harm, no foul. I gave you your bread back, this, that, and the third, whatever, like, leave me alone. But it doesn't always work that way in the real world. You know what I mean? Like, especially without any consequences at all. And I think that's what's allowed battle rappers to feel so emboldened to do what they want with these contracts, because I mean, if anyone can just say, here you go, like, well, what good is it's not worth as much as the paper you signed it on. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like because there are absolutely no consequences when some of these things, well, we're starting to see a couple of things happen now. But for the most part, it's like if you don't want to show up, if you want to back out, if you want to go do another card, like only consequences you face is this guy may not book you again or whatever. And people are willing to put up with that. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like at some point in time, man, like as a battler, you got to also know what you're getting yourself into. But I will say this about the battlers, though. If this was, like Prep said, if this was all, signed in December, then I don't really blame them because then it's like if he came to them like 2 weeks ago and they all decided to sign it, I'd have said these dudes are all tripping because they got to read the signs. They know what's up. They know what's gonna happen. But some of them might be using it as bargaining chips. You know what I'm saying? So, but if everyone signed up in December, it's tough, man, because it's like you don't. I didn't have all the information. I wouldn't have made this decision if you guys were on bad terms. You know what I mean? So I do feel like in this predicament, I can shoot the battlers a little bit of bail because everything was all good between Easy and URL, but if things were bad and they signed on and then left, I'd be like, yo, y'all tripping because y'all were willing to sign on when y'all knew things were bad. Y'all should do the battle. You know what I'm saying? So this situation is unique because of when they signed on to do the battle. So I'll shoot them a little bit of bail, but I do feel like it's too easy in battle rap to just be like, I ain't doing this no more, man. I got something going on over here. Peace out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And there, like I said, there's no real consequences or accountability for these situations. But then there's guys it's just like they're just chasing the dollar, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
that's just chasing the dollar. And like when Tru Foe said prior to like him backing out, when he first announced it, like he said, he spoke to Easy, they squared it
Mm.
off, they're good. I think he got him his deposit back. I want to be sure of that, so I'm not gonna confirm or deny it. But he said they were fine. You know what I'm saying? He understood. So and maybe there's also a world where it's like, all right, bro, you're getting this much extra money and you need it, go for it. I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there now, so obviously, like, I'm in a whole different stratosphere. But I do remember a point in time where an extra 2, 3, 4 G's is like,
Yeah, yeah. And
it's like,
and a couple of extra promise battles down the line. You know what I'm saying? That's some more income to secure for the crib and all that. Like, trust me, I do understand where they're coming from. But like, let's say you and I, right?
yeah.
Boom, we're doing this show. Then all of a sudden, you know, the ringer calls us up, like, oh man, we want to give France and Vlad $1 million. You know what I'm saying? To do the show here. And we signed the contract, right? But nowhere in the contract does it say if you can secure a bigger bag somewhere, just give us our money back and call it a day. No, you and I would have to finish out this ringer contract. You know what I'm saying? Before the Athletic says we want to throw them 3.5.
Well, I guess this is where it kind of gets back to being real poetic because it's like
Oh, here
easy.
we go, man. Here we go. Why are
Easy's
you
like
walking around in the fields with your bare foot in the grass, like writing poems this weekend? What's going on, man?
Easy's like bump that contract. I'm out, and they're all like, well,
Well,
well, I ain't got to honor yours neither.
I found a clause.
all we're learning in battle rap is that the contract means nothing. Almost.
They went. Wait a minute. This contract didn't say I can't just back out the battle
Yeah.
if I get offered more money. So I think I'm gonna do it later. Yo, but Tru Foe was the only one to actually come out and verbalize this, right? On one hand, hey man, he's facing the fire. He was the first one to step out to the firing squad and hear it from the spectators and everyone, and hear it from all the pundits and all that stuff. Everybody else has just been kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like no one's saying anything, but we know what happened. You know what I mean? No one's saying anything, but we know what happened. I felt like, you know what? In a way, it's keeping Tru Foe's name out there without him having a battle. And in battle rap, whether it's unless you're doing something weird or like very, like we all know what those things are that you shouldn't be doing. But I feel like you need some of this stuff to happen around you just to be like, I remember that time such and such did this, or remember that time. Now he has something that's forever linked and is part of his storyline now. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to when you just battle, and you don't have anything for the battle rap algorithm, anything for like folks to talk about. Now it's like, screw it, man. I'm gonna take what y'all got. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna defend myself. I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm hype manning. I'm at the events. Like, what up? Meanwhile, everyone's like, yeah, Tru Foe, you keep taking these shots, man. We just gonna collect our check over here and not talk about this, man.
Yeah. Well, again, maybe I live in a fantasy world, but I've always been big. I just as a whole, you've always been big on preaching like, don't give light to certain things because it's like it's what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you don't give a plant certain light, it just dies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or it can't blossom in a way that it could if you didn't give it that shine. And this is a different animal. This is a different beast for that exact saying. But I just still can't help but feel like it's counterproductive from the league. You know what I'm saying? Because also I stopped to think to myself as an artist, if I'm on URL and I'm trying to negotiate a higher bag and they decline it, it's like, well, you kind of have it if somebody's offering me something else, but you don't have it when I need it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it sends a message that ultimately it's not the message you want to send. It doesn't necessarily do what you think that it's going to do, and it ends up helping him more than hurting him. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now for sure. And to your point there, point counterpoint, man. These battlers are loyal to the bag, man. You know what I'm saying? They're loyal to the bag, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And in battle rap, we still have that wiggle room where we can still do some homeboy business here and there. And then other times it's like, you can't really do the homeboy business. But oh man, this is gonna be a hot topic, man, until this card actually happens. And now,
the card is streamed. The card has pay-per-view. Like, we're gonna be able to watch it.
And here's the thing, right? The card is a week away from Gnome Impact, so it's like, man, and it's the week before, so it's like this, like an alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? So he could just market this as URL wanted to stop the ball's run. You can't stop the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what he said in the trailer. In the trailer,
I didn't even see the trailer.
In the trailer. All right, briefly in the trailer, you know what I'm saying? He kind of talked about the adversity of the card, and he puts the clips of all the bloggers talking about the card being blocked, and then he's like, "We present the trenches unblocked," and then he says all the new battles, and then when he says the main event, he goes, "And y'all know they couldn't block this one. Easy to block Captain versus Reed Dallas." He's like, oh man!
He took a playbook, right? He took a play right out that playbook.
That's what I'm saying, Vlad. That's what I'm like, bro. Listen, let me tell you something about Easy. Easy is very petty. Easy is very strategical. All right, this man is damn near like has scriptures of the art of war on his arm or something. All right, so of course, he makes these moves where he feels like, all right, maybe they won't contest me, and they contest him. He's upset, but he's got a contingency plan and the counter ready for it, and the counter might just be more powerful than the initial jab. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this isn't the guy you want to keep doing this with, because the public is on his side. The public now sees him they see him as being victimized of all this. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be more effective if URL just froze battlers out who, went against the grain? Or do you feel it's more effective offering them more cash and more opportunities? Like, if you knew, okay, if I do this, I may not get an opportunity over there for a year or two. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, all right, man, I won't do it. I'll take the bread. Do you think it would be more effective for URL to just say, do what you want, but you ain't coming back? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even offer them the more bread. Just be like, all right, you're frozen.
I mean, look, I can't confirm or deny, but I'm pretty sure there's guys that air quote been frozen without knowing they've been frozen, and they're like, "Hey, we can't. Hey, we're trying to get a battle book. They don't want it. They don't want it. You know,
the number you have reached is not in service anymore.
Let's not act like blocked. And then let's not act like there's people that are on contract there. They feel like they are frozen because they don't get any burn. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so that's where I'm just like, yo, as a league, you know what I'm saying? Everybody admits Euro is the biggest. They have the most talent, and
Yeah.
there's so many layers of what goes on over there that I
Right.
just feel like, yo, it's not a big company. We know everybody that works there. I would love for everybody that works here just focuses on what's here because there's so much talent, so many layers, some things to peel back from, especially now in a world where caffeine is slowly starting to descend out of our lives. And,
Yeah.
we're probably going to see a whole new horizon of how the Euro app functions. Like, let's start putting all of our eggs in focus into that basket, lad. You know what I'm saying? That's what
I
I would
agree.
think. That's what I would think.
I do agree. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I just think that some old habits die hard. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like it's
you're
just
right.
like,
You're right. So
oh, this guy here, man.
it's it's
It's like you
it's
knocked me out, but now you want to run my pockets. You know what I'm
look.
saying? You want to take my
I,
chain too? What are you doing?
I've always said it in battle rap. Like if the culture could find a way to ignore the nonsense the same way they ignore up and comers, it would be in a better place. Like
Oh.
we know how to channel the proper energy, but just don't
Yeah.
know where to put the outlet of that energy toward. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it gets real interesting when it's like I got all this energy and desire to be petty, but it's like is that same energy available to do something structurally organized?
Son, it's just bugged out to me because I'm
And
like, is it
I mean in general. I mean in general. I don't just mean specifically, or I just mean in general. Like I
right,
I,
right, right? Just
I think you say it to me sometimes too. It's like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? You're going kind of hard talking about this. What about this? You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah. No,
saying? And
I
it's
hate that. Yeah, because you're putting the consciousness of the consensus on this card now, whereas it would have been a card. Now it's the card a week before your card. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And it's just like, you know, uh, the and I agree with you, man. We see what's happening. You know, but who knows? Maybe things will turn around and whatever. You know, I'm not sure what URL has in their future, but by Smack saying, you know, he wants to be 100% independent and all that stuff, in my brain, I can only foresee them going to a self-contained app. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you have to start prepping and priming the people for that and making them appreciate your entity as opposed to trying to depreciate what's going on across the street, down the block, and around the corner. You know, so I'm hoping that after this summer and all this stuff, you know, that they can just focus on keeping the brand great, reminding people what makes the brand great, and just, you know, improving everything else and just let people, you know, fall over there and just say, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is
let the
what
work
I
speak
love
for
URL
itself.
for. Yeah, yeah.
Let the work speak
Cause
for
look at the
itself,
outside
man.
two. Speaking of letting the work speak for themselves, they dropped the outside two card. Mad competitive battles, right? A, B, new artists that they're
Yeah,
breaking.
yeah.
C, these new artists are competing against they're top guys and high level competitors. And, you know, they let that speak for itself. And I feel like as media folks, people could have gave more love. You know what I'm saying to that card? They did give it love. You know, they spoke about the individual battles
Could
and stuff
could
like
have got
that.
could have got more though,
You
for
know,
sure.
but it's like if it was the other way around, they would have been like, "Was outside two better than divide and conquer two?" You know, that's how it would have been. You know, if it was the other way around. You know what I mean? They would have
And
been like, so it's like you have the work there, you have the people to work with, but when you're in the mud with everything, like it's hard to step back and just say we appreciate URL for these great battles because all this stuff goes on, but all this stuff fuels media and all the talk in between the battles. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a tough thing. It's an old habit for them.
facts. And truth be told, like um I don't like being in the middle of all this. Like, I'll be honest, man. Easy versus URL is exhausting. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's an exhausting thing. I mean, all of it's exhausting from all areas, you know what I'm saying? Because like we're a premier outlet that just like strictly focuses on battle rap. And maybe this pod right here won't do the numbers like on our social media does when you look at how we're able to travel news and information across battle rap through Instagram and Twitter. But like I have relationships with all these people involved, and I don't feel like
Yeah.
this is conducive to the news of the art. You know what I'm saying? This helps filter and enhance everybody's interest in everything. You know what I'm saying? But we're here for one sole purpose: the battle rap, battles. You know what I'm saying? The battlers. And when all of this kind of comes into it, it just gets weird and mucky. And like I'm not a fan of it. Truth be told, you know what I'm saying? I get it. It's the nature of the game, and it's what makes everybody intrigued and more interested, and it makes the conversation real enriching and enticing and lucrative. But
Hey,
it
hey,
ain't
listen,
for me.
man.
It ain't for me, Vlad. I don't like it.
When John Morant jumps over someone and slam dunks, oh yeah, it's top news. It's great. It's fantastic. But when John Morant are bouncing around in that car, he got his swammy on his side and all that. France, that travels a lot further, a lot faster, and makes more circles than just the art
But
of the sport.
all
You know what I
all
mean?
negativity does though. All negativity travels faster than art
Right.
form.
But
You know what
it,
I'm
you know,
saying?
it is what it is. We it's part of the game. It's part of the
Yeah.
game now. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the
Facts.
game, and our
Facts.
job is
Facts.
just to talk about it as objectively as possible and give different viewpoints for people to make their own decisions on. You know what I'm saying? As well as sharing ours, our thoughts and opinions on things. But oh man, it's gonna be
Well,
interesting, man, leading up to these two events, back-to-back events, man.
before we close out, what do you actually think of the brand new card though?
I think it's cool. I think it's a cool card. I understand the Reed versus Easy card. I get it. It's in Philly. What better way to bring Philly people out? No one in Philadelphia is going to be mad at it. He has a name recognition. His face card's valid. You know what I mean? So it makes total sense for what he's doing. I do think that he was definitely trying to pull in more folks by getting the people who he had originally on the card. But now this new card is a more Pennsylvania based card. I really do like the Rosenberg Raw and Danny Myers battle. I think that's a dope battle. So you got, one battle that we pretty much know what's going to happen with Easy and Reed. You know what I mean?
Do we?
I think we do, man. I
You
think
know
we
what?
do.
I think we do as well. But I will say I know Reed has, he's caused a few upsets over time. You know what
He
I'm
has.
saying?
He
And
was
and he
surf
and he's
the
and he
chess. Yeah, yeah.
Nitty, and he's home battling the newest star of Philly. So I know there's going to be a special little spark there. So, you know what I'm saying? So in a world where Easy gets the best read but still beats him, that's what you want, right?
It's a win-win. It's a win-win. You know what I'm saying? And Raw versus Danny, dope battle. I would watch that on any league, any card. I'm definitely there for that. Real deal. He's a KOTD champ. You know what I'm saying? Battle rap legend and all that. Dub the Phenom is sneakily good. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed his run on the KOTD tournament.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed his battles. You know what I'm saying? And then who else do we have on the card? I'm sorry, my
Enes
brain
versus
slipped.
Dot.
I like Ines. Dot is Dot. I can't say I'm running to the laptop for that battle,
This battle
but
could be it could be a special kind of like
it
special
could
kind
be
of
a
degenerate
very
like
special battle. Very special. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here for it though. Ines, one of the best rappers to ever come out of Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's on beats or in the battle. And he's carried battle rap for Philadelphia on his back for the past 20 years. So I was a little disrespectful not to have him on the card to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Ines always talks about. URL, you come to Philly, you don't call me. RBE, you got all these things going on. You don't call me. Easy, the block captain.
He signed the RB and he hasn't been in the blue room. Well, he was in the Brew Room when it first started, but he hasn't been on Divide and Conquer. I should say.
I mean, he battled what, Gwitty? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Easy, the block captain is throwing a card in Philadelphia and didn't call Ines to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, now you got to double back. You know what I mean? And now you got to find someone, and now you got to make them battle Dot. You know what I'm saying? A little disrespectful. You know,
I agree.
Little disrespectful, Easy. I think you
agree.
could have took a couple more days, found a more quality opponent. You know what I'm saying? Dot is Dot. He's good for what he does. If you like what he does, you love him. You enjoy his battles. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely an acquired taste. Mega pause. You know what I mean? Ines is my man. I enjoy watching Ines battles. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? But that was a little disrespectful, though, man.
I'm trying not to be like harsh because I know like replacing battles is difficult. And I gotta salute everybody that stepped up. But everybody on Twitter is like, this card is better. Stop lying. No, it is not. It's not better.
Lush. You lied to me, Lush.
Lush, you lied to me, Lush. This is not a better card.
It's not better, man. It's not a better card.
Better.
Easy, don't hit us up talking about why I gotta down talk my card and all that. We're just being honest and objective, man. Yes, being honest, I like the first card better. But you should have had Ines on the first card, though. I'm sorry.
Could this card still be good? Most definitely. And if it's good, then we're gonna all
it probably will be a fun. We're gonna be watching. It's probably gonna be a fun night. The battles are probably gonna be good to dope. You know what I'm saying? And we're there for it. Don't get me wrong. Buy the pay-per-views. Go watch it in person. You know what I'm saying? Buy another pay-per-view and give it to someone else too if you're not gonna be there or whatever the case is. Salute, support. We don't want to sound like we're hating on the card or nothing like that. Support, buy the card. But the first card was better, though.
That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, you know, one more Philly name that I feel like could have been included, and I think people would have been very happy to see some ladies on the card. What's up with Lady Caution?
Saying, man.
I feel like there was some names. I feel like. All right, the first card was good. But if you had decided to stay to the Philly theme of how this card started out, you threw Lady Caution, you threw Ines in there.
Right.
Maybe all this wouldn't have happened, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
why I'm like, yeah, he's showing love to Philly, but it came as the contingency backup plan. So it's like,
I got another thought.
One more.
Why I think the Empire is going this hard, yo.
Yeah.
No, Easy's got his own league. But as we know, a lot of times, these leagues aren't just ran by one person. You know what I'm saying? Do you think URL is like, who's helping this guy here? Who's got their hand? Like, who are they? This is just my brain. This is just how I think. Battle rap has conditioned me to think of all of the ways this thing can go. And I'm just like, who's behind the scenes of this thing?
Could this be a situation where, you know, Easy the Block Captain's brand new manager is involved financially, and maybe these battles will come out on the Chrome 23 channel? I mean,
I don't know.
Can't rule it out, right? I guess you can't rule it out. I don't know. I
didn't ask so I can have plausible deniability. This all is all from my brain. You know what I'm saying? This is all that I'm thinking about.
All I'm saying is you cannot rule that out of being a possibility, right? Like, you can't rule that out.
I'm like, all of a sudden, man's got a whole league is booking top name cats. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what you think about this card still costs some bread to put together. The original card, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's also an idea.
These guys ain't battling for $1,000. You know what I mean?
There's also an idea of like, what if Easy wants to learn how to put together his own battle with him and Geechee? But before I jump out the woodworks and make that my first attempt, let me try something here so I can see.
Of course. And the reason why I put that out there is because as I'm thinking about it, John's league is not just John. He has help. You know what I'm saying? Geechee Gotti's the riot. It's not just all Geechee Gotti. It's not just all him. You know what I mean?
No.
He has help. You know, the rapper ran leagues have help. So I'm just like, I don't see somebody coming out doing their first event having no help at all. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm URL, I'm like, you know what? Who could be helping this dude? You know what I'm saying? And I think they would have a pretty good idea of who could be helping. And they're like, nah. Shut this thing down. What? When I say shut it down, I present you options. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. They put
Red
options on the
pill,
table.
blue pill. Like,
Which way did he go? Which way did he go? You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's all.
yeah.
That's all. That's just where my brain went. You know what I'm saying? And I know we're not the only ones thinking that. So for you all out here in YouTube land, and you know,
And just when you thought the URL and Easy saga was coming to a conclusion,
no,
this is just the opening chapter, my
no,
friends.
no. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
not
This
at
is just the
all.
opening chapter, man. This is it,
Yeah,
player. Oh man, France.
yeah.
Anything else to tackle, man? Before we get up out of here.
I think that's all we got. Let me see here. Sounds like everything to me, man. I will be looking forward to all these cards, though. I definitely will be supporting the Gutta City Card. I'll probably see if I've been in the building for that joint too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm conflicted. I feel it's an hour away from me in Jersey. The Amtrak take me
Yeah.
there. I get there in an hour, and I can obviously see the event and touch base. But I'm also very curious to your pay per view production. So I kind of also want to be like, do I stay home and watch this,
Don't lie,
John?
friends. You know you want to do the lives right after that joint. You know what I'm saying? Take full advantage, get them numbers.
Yeah, I
Get
want to
them
stay home and
numbers.
watch it, man. I want to stay home and watch it, man. That's the truth. I want to stay home and watch it, but it's so close. It's his first event.
Unless cats bombard Jay Black's crib right after and do like a mega live stream, all-star live stream or something
Or
like
I can
that.
go and watch like the first two battles, and
And
then
then go back. No, you
but
gotta
then
watch the last two battles. What are you talking? Oh, and then yo, you tripping.
so do the other way around. Watch the first couple battles on the way there, pay per view,
Yeah.
and then watch
Get
the main
on the
event there.
train. Once the event starts, get on the train, head
Yeah.
there, catch the main events in person, and then go back home. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
I mean, if there's a way to go about it, you know what I mean. But nah, I mean, I'm a proponent of if you're gonna go to an event, just go to the whole thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Nah. I'll be in the building. I'll be in the building.
Oh snap! Okay, you know the Bulls gonna make you pay that 50 at the
Man, that's
door.
crazy. That's crazy. Like, what about me? What about us?
He gonna look at you. He gonna pull his glasses down. $50. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? We all support. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody too bougie or too Hollywood or nothing like that. So, and at the end of the day, man, we just want to be entertained and see good battles. It's just the sideshow comes with it. So we gotta break it. We gotta break down the sideshows just like we break down the battles, man, and present to you every logical possible, way this thing could be broken down, man. So a lot to discuss. Things are still gonna be playing out up until the day of the battle, man. So we'll see what's up.
Facts. I'll say this though, to close things out. Seen
Mhm.
a quote, and I'm gonna read this quote. Sometimes you don't have to be a part of everything. It's okay to sit some things out and watch it play out. And I want to take the time to say that as just a broad message to everybody that sometimes it's okay to not always have an opinion on everything. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man. I hear you. Oh man. And with that being said, man, thank you everyone for rocking with us once again. Salute to our YouTube family. You guys have been showing up in droves, man, and we truly appreciate that. So while you're here, hit that subscribe button, hit the like on your way out, man. Leave a comment if you want to discuss anything. And for all our faithful audio only Apple, Spotify listeners, thank you for rocking with us. France, man, this is like our 5th year of rocking officially.
It is. It is.
Yeah, man, and us being such workhorses, we didn't even take the time to stop and celebrate and do a 5-year anniversary or nothing like that. So, we're gonna have to double back at some point this summer, man, and give the people that say that you know what I'm saying? That 5 special, you know what I mean? So I want to thank everyone who's been listening from audio only for the last 5 years of support, man. Thank you guys truly. And support us at letstalkbattlerap.com. You know, man, we the one holding y'all down, you know what I mean? So, and look for so much more to come from the crew, man. And man, we'll see you guys next week with further developments in battle rap. So thank you, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. There's a parade inside my city. Yeah. 200 million dollars. Nobody don't want that, man. Give it back. Take my money. I want to be in the trenches with the thorns.
We need to get John Moran to a battle rap event. He would lose his mind.
Why did he air it out? He would tell the RBE guard, man, that ain't no rifle. We got army guns. We got tanks and choppers. For real.
Hey, let me see that thing.
Let me show you how to use this.
Yeah, we out this bitch.
Oh man, we out of here, man. We out of here.